You're listening to the Empowered Equestrian Podcast, and I'm your host, Teal Shoop. In this podcast, you'll discover how to empower your life and your business by learning to say yes to yourself, to say no to your baggage, and to say what if to your dreams. Learn how to reclaim your inner peace and harmony and multiply the joy, freedom, and abundance in your life when you bring into your life more of what builds you up rather than tears you down. Because creating what you want in life is really all about aligning versus hustling, flowing versus fighting, and loving versus doubting. And when you embody this, then anything becomes possible in your life. I'm glad you're here. Hey there, and welcome to this wonderful episode called Do You Always Feel You Have to Grow, Grow, Grow? I don't know about you, but the seasons are changing when I'm recording this. Things are kind of in flux with the weather, and I was taking a walk this weekend, and it was so beautiful out. It's been unseasonably warm here, and some of the buds were just starting to come out on the aspen trees. And actually, I'm looking out my window right now and I'm seeing these little itty bitty bitty buds. And I was like, oh, seasons change, nature, the cycles. And this really just reminded me of how everything, whether it's our business or our life, is always going through cycles. Things are always changing. There is a season for everything. And this really hit home for me because when I think about business, one of the things I hear so much from fellow entrepreneurs and equestrians and my clients is that, if I'm not growing, if I'm not bringing in more revenue, if I'm not helping more people, if I don't have more sales, then I am so stressed out. This is my total focus. And this is what they're working on constantly. And maybe you can relate to this feeling, this stress, this pressure of, I have to grow. I must grow, and then grow some more. And hurry up, I'm not getting there faster. Pedal harder. What can I do to get there faster? Hurry up. And it's this pressure, right? This stress. And it feels heavy and can be frantic and frenetic and rob you of so much peace because you feel like you've got to get somewhere farther along, faster, and keep growing. And I mean, I get it. This is the name of the game, right? In business and, part of how the human condition works right now and is that it's a 3D world and money is the system. The monetary system is part of how we get what we need, live, have the things we want, and survive. It's part of the system. I get it. But, boy, sometimes this whole growing thing feels exhausting, right? I mean, look at nature for a second, because this is where it all really was starting for me again this weekend with this amazing reminder of there are those seasons. There's the 4 seasons. We have winter. Things are quieter, calmer. Everything's taken a break. It's resting, right? Nature has shed its leaves. It's gone into a little bit of dormancy. The snow falls. It's taking a little nap. It's recovering. It's restoring. But you know what's going on is that it's not completely quiet. It's just hidden. You just can't see the growth happening. And it then comes and is visibly apparent come springtime when the little leaves pop out and the flowers come up and it produces the beautiful fruit. Right? This is just that cycle, that flow, that process. And the same thing is then happening in your life and in your business. But the thing of it is too is that this stress that happens in your life, this anxiety, this frantic activity sometimes to just keep going and pushing and growing Notice where you're at then in this cycle in your business and in your life. Because sometimes, more often than not, the stress is happening because you're not actually in a natural cycle that is aligning with what you're trying to create. For example, look at times in your business when things are just naturally a little bit quiet. And it's just the natural flow of things. And you can even feel it yourself. And you still keep pushing to say, more. Right? I mean, even an example that we've all been going through over the past couple of years is take, the global pandemic and COVID. Now, in some ways, yes, this is an absolutely growth season. But in order for that growth season to happen, perhaps this is your case, maybe this means actually you have to adapt in order to take advantage of that growth season. Because as much as it's a growth season, it's also a pause, take stock, slow down, pay attention kind of a time. Yeah, right? Because look at all of the just earth-shaking, society-changing, mind-blowing things that are going on for the past, 2 years that are just shaking and quaking things up. I mean, it's like when the earth is having an earthquake or a volcanic eruption, things are changing and things are shifting. And just like a lava flow with an eruption, it's growing. It's growing the earth. It's growing the surface area. It's creating a new island, like think of Hawaii. But at the same time, it's saying change, pay attention, slow down and pay attention to take advantage of what is here. So instead of being stressed out about, am I growing fast enough? Am I pushing harder? Am I fighting against that natural flow of things if I'm just trying to do things how I want to do things instead of flowing with the cycles and the seasons of what is actually happening in my world and all that stress? What if instead you take a little time out and do a little reflection instead? Look at being curious. There are times in business that aren't about growth. There are times in life that aren't about growth. It's about being curious. It's about experimenting. It's about trying new things. Even more important, it's about asking, what lesson is here for me? Because we've talked about this before, how everything is a blessing. And even if you're pushing so hard for your business to grow and maybe it's not growing like you want it to, that is a blessing. That is a lesson. There's so much there for you to study and get that data and to look at and say, what is going on here for me to learn? Because chances are you are pushing and out of flow and out of alignment and pushing in a way and with an energy that is not serving for that particular season you are in. For that time and place that your business is in. And when you start to see that, you can start to adjust your energy from this, a more aggressive, stronger, pushing energy to a little more of the flowing, gentle energy. And getting out of the I don't have and I can't and I'm not there, and the worry and the stress and the anxiety and all of that energy, which is an extremely low frequency energy, which is then pushing away the very thing you want, right? So sometimes the way to grow is to do nothing, is to do that rest and to do that quiet, that reflection, that curiosity, that inner reflection of what is here for me, what is the lesson for me, what is it that I need to see that I'm not seeing, in order to then snap, boom, accelerate the growth you want. Because like I said, Everything is changing constantly. There's nothing static in our world at all. So you have to be sensitive to changing your energy with the flow and natural flow of your business and your life. And the thing of it is too, sometimes I know, I hear this from entrepreneurs and my clients that, but if I stop, if I slow down, if I quit pushing, I'm not going to grow. Or I'm limiting myself because then I'm not jumping on every single opportunity and taking care of all the advantages and doing all the things and turning over every stone and every rock. And it's like, slow down, time out. Because again, what is the energy of all of that activity? Are you working from a place of abundance and positivity and seeing all this amazing opportunity out there and giving yourself the recharge and the time to actually rest and learn so you can then take advantage of those opportunities? Because the thing is, as we talk about, the universe is basically infinite. There's so much opportunity out there. If it is meant for you, it's coming back around. You're not going to miss out on anything. And I don't limit my good by taking a break. You don't limit your abundance, your growth, your expansion by taking a break, because you're shifting into a place of peace and curiosity, which opens those energetic doors, which opens up yourself to have a little mental cobweb clearing, to actually even see then what's in front of you to take advantage of. Because how many times are you just like chugging along, zoom, and there's so much going on in front of you and so much you're thinking about in your brain that there's stuff going on you're not even aware of. Opportunities that are maybe that perfect align opportunity, and you're not seeing it because you're so tunnel visioned on the next thing and that growth and that objective and what is in front of you at the moment. And that's okay. Because what is meant for you will keep coming around, and you will grab it. If not next time, then the time after that or the time after that. But you'll be able to grab that opportunity a whole lot sooner if you loosen your grasp on the steering wheel a little bit and take your foot off the gas just a touch to go with the flow that is natural to your business and to your life. And to think about, you need those times of pause, just like the cycles of the seasons in nature. The pause with winter, the growth and explosion of spring, the abundance of summer, the quiet relaxation and release of fall. As it releases the leaves, as you release things that no longer serve you, to go back into a quiet period of winter, to reflect, to restore, to rest, to analyze, and then jump with your plan then into spring. So that's the thing of it, right? Also, this thing I touched on earlier about the seasons and how even when you're not seeing the leaves on the trees yet and the flowers and the fruit in the fall, the apple orchards, the peaches in the summer, you're not seeing that in the winter. And I know that can get kind of scary because you're like, when's it coming? When's the growth? When's the money? When's all the things I want going to happen? I don't see them yet. Boy, this is an amazing opportunity, isn't it, for you to lean into trust, to lean into faith, to lean into believing that your good is coming, holding fast to those visions and where you feel called and aligned. Trust in that, releasing that doubt, because just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Even if you don't see it, it's still happening. It's still happening, just like the leaves on the trees are still coming every spring. And I know that can feel like, ooh, a really big step because we're used to only believing what we see. But you have proof in your life of this. Go and look in your life. You have proof that everything has always worked out, that good has always come. You have always been fine. Opportunities have always come. Maybe it didn't look like what you thought it would be. Maybe it took a little longer than what you thought it would be, but it still came. And what if you worked from a place instead of, if I'm curious, if I'm peaceful, if I trust in this, if I am patient and I'm open, it just comes in such an amazing way and so much faster than I could even have imagined. Than I could have even planned, and if I'd done all the work and done the steps A through Z and beyond to make it all possible and just kept pushing. What if by taking your foot off the gas, that it was actually easier and faster? Right? Because again, everything is energy, and the energy of peace, of calm, of joy is such amazing energy. I mean, you feel it inside. It's such an amazing energy. And from that place, then, you are actually your most open-minded and most creative to see, to intuitively know, to imagine all of those opportunities and all of those plans. Because you know how much easier that feels than when you're in that place of stress and go, and you're already just so cram-jammed with anxiety, emotions, worries, thoughts, stress. You know you have felt this where you're then not in your creative best in that place. So, what I would suggest to you to give a try is look at one thing in your life that you're stressed about right now. And challenge yourself to see how that is fitting into the flow of your life or your business. What season are you in? And can you take your foot off the gas and reflect and ask, what is the lesson here for me to learn, right? Be curious, be open-minded, and see what answers are coming to you, because this will then give you some direction, inspiration, some further motivation and thoughts on then where you should head next. But you have to open up that door a little bit first, right? Release a little of that control, release some of that negative energy. Well, heck, release all of it. All of that negativity and anxiety or control. And instead relax back to actually see what is next, what is possible. All right. Pick that one thing, and take a deeper look. Take a deeper look at it and ask yourself, what is here for me to see that I'm not seeing? All right? So remember, even if you don't see it, it's still happening. Trust, surrender, no doubt, find your peace. Okay? All right. Whew. Much love to you, and may you receive everything you need from this message today, that you find amazing little nuggets from it. Take it and marinate on that, and then just have the most magical day. And I'll chat with you next time. Thank you for listening to this entire podcast. If you're the kind of equestrian that likes to help others, then share this with your friends, fellow riders, and barnmates. You know, if you've found value, they will too. So please share on your social media channels. Also, if you've got questions or have a topic you'd like to hear about, I'm here to help. You can email me at customerservice@strolling-essentials.com, and I may even use your idea on a future podcast episode. Also, if you'd like additional empowering content, connect with me on Instagram at Empowered Equestrian Podcast. Finally, I do have a personal request. If you would please leave a review wherever you listen. and a good one, by the way. I'd be really grateful, and through your assistance together, we can help our equestrian community thrive. Thank you, and take care.